Hey Boo Buddies, Anya here, and I wanted to try ink painting again. I always see people out in the world with their bottles of ink and their brushes and their dip pens, and they create these things that are just uniquely ink. Whenever I see this process as well as the finished results, all I can think is, I want to play. I think that looks amazing. And then I get out the bottle of ink, and it never goes according to plan because I always forget that ink plays by its own rules and isn't really the same as other mediums that I feel comfortable with. And there's a part of me that wants to kind of hide the fact that I want to play with ink. Maybe ink play is private. Maybe it's just for me. It's not for sharing with the world. Maybe I need to wait until I'm better before I start sharing that I do it, that before I start showing what I've done. Maybe I should get better and do something else in the meantime. And maybe I should just stop being so damn precious. Once again, what's true for art is true for writing, is true for any creative endeavor, which is to remember that this is not the only thing I will do. This might be my first piece. This might be my first piece in a while. This might be a good piece. This might not be a good piece, but it's not the last piece I will ever do unless I decide not to do it anymore. So I must go boldly. I must be fearless. I will take care to do my best in this piece, and maybe it will cooperate, and maybe I will struggle. I must use the tools I have and the skills that I have learned and pay attention to the ones that I will learn in the act of doing. But who am I to say that this isn't looking like the image I had in my head? This isn't going the way I thought it ought to. Therefore, it's worthless. Therefore, it's not ready. Therefore, I shouldn't share it with people. Because you don't know what is going to be someone's favorite piece. You don't know what other people are looking for, and they don't necessarily see the same things you do. Someone might. Someone might go, "Oh, you did this wrong, and this isn't great, and you should have done this." And someone will say, "This is my favorite thing, and it needs to be in my life." And you miss that if you hide your work, waiting for yourself to feel better, to feel confident, to feel like the world won't judge you. The world will always judge you. Someone will always say you're not good enough. And it shouldn't be yourself saying that. You need to go and make a piece, put it out there, allow yourself to be judged. Yeah, it sucks. And hopefully people will be kind to you. And then you'll learn. And sometimes you'll learn because someone will see those mistakes that you feel so ashamed of and say, try this. Try this instead. This will help. And you'll go, oh, yes. And you would have missed that. You would have missed that hiding away your piece, hiding away your efforts because you didn't think it was ready. Because if you hide it away and never share, you'll never be ready. You'll always be stuck in the same spot of fear. It's for that very reason that I chose to share the making of this piece, this vision that I had in my head that went so wrong. And I thought I should just crumple it up halfway through. I wasn't sure if I wanted to start over or if I was just too frustrated and just give up, but I kept going. I kept going because there's plenty to learn, and I need to learn it, apparently. And I'm not going to get there by just staring at a blank piece of paper going, someday I'm going to do it. So I wonder if I hadn't just told you that this was a mess up piece, would you see it that way? Sure, in written work, you'll see the typos if you catch them, because that's a very clear mistake, something that should have been caught, something that could have been fixed. But is that really enough to say this whole thing is worthless? I mean, I made some mistakes. the ink didn't go the way I wanted it to in some places, but is that really enough for me to say I shouldn't have tried, I shouldn't have bothered, I should have hidden this away? I don't know. Maybe someone will love this, maybe no one will love this, and I will feel bad for a hot minute. And then what? Guess what? I will do something else because this is not the last piece I will make. It is not the last thing I will paint. It is not the last story I will tell. I got more in me. Or you know what? Maybe I'll just try this one again a couple times until it does start to feel like what I wanted. Those are both options, but this isn't the last one. I hope you found some inspiration in all of my mistakes today. I hope it wasn't too direct in telling you not to be so precious with your own work. And I hope that you go forth and try something new. And until then, I will see you in the next one, Boo Buddies.